Hello friend, welcome back. From to this video, I want to make our front end into the front end. All that part one by one, I will make it as a dynamic. So that will be very interactive one of the things, because repeatedly the same concept I will have implemented for rest of all that our area. So that is the reasons I want to make it a little bit slow, how Laravel actually work. So how we can create some of the migrations table, how we can create some of the table, and into this table area, how can add some of the data, how can get that data from to this database table, how can edit this data, and also how can update this data. And then that is the data that should be also displayed in our front end. Total process. Now if you understand this section, then everything will be very clear to you. So this section I will make it little bit slow, because as I predicted that you are the very beginner level student, you don't much idea about that Laravel. So that is the reasons I want to make it little bit slow. And if you understand this part, laterally I will make it little bit fast for rest of all the things. Okay, that means all that part I will make it little bit fast. I hope you will like it very much. For doing this, first of all, I want to start it in our home page. They have so many sections. One by one, I will update everything. But let's start it to work for our, that is the review. So in review sections, like here, they have some of the field data, like they have some of the message data, they have some of the name, they have one of the images, and images size that should be as a 60 by 60, and then that should be some of the position name, like that is all that our field. So first thing is we need to insert this data into this our database. So I will do the things work from to this our backend. That is our backend, right? So into this backend, now I am logging as a user, and into this user area, essentially everything I have already completed. Now I want to first of all create another CRUD application for our review. Let's do that work. For doing this, I want to now work in our backend, that means in our admin dashboard. Into this admin dashboard, that is our menu. I want to change it. So if you want to change it here, I want to go back to our project. Right now I want to make it as a clean, and here now I want to minimize it. I want to go to our admin. That is the body, and that is our sidebar. And into this sidebar area, first of all, that is our name. Here I want to name it as a review. Okay, review section or setup. Okay, I name it as a review setup. So for the review, that should be as a two menu. One, first of all, I will get all that review. So I name it as a all review. And also I want to take another menu that will be as a add review. Okay, add, and then the review. Great. So here I simply created two of this menu, and into this menu area, I assign it one of the name as a all menu and all review, and another one as a add review. So here, that is our review data. First of all, we have to get it from to this database, and we have to add these things into this our database. But now if you go to our database, they have the no such table as a review. That means we have to create one of the table in here. So how you can do this work? For doing this here, if you want to create that review, I want to open our terminal, but I want to make it as a clear. And now, first of all, if you want to manage it, we need to actually add three of these things. One, we will need that one of the controller, where actually all that our functions I will add it. Then I will create another model, like as our user model, or which I have by default Laravel actually provided. Throughout this, you can able to access that our table, and then also another migration that will be needed. So I show you, first of all, I want to create one of the controller. So into this our controller folder here, now I want to create another new one. So if you want to create some of the controller in Laravel, we have to write down as a PHP artisan, and the make, that will be as a controller. And now before I have created as an admin controller directly, now better I want to organize it with another folder. So I name it as a backend. Okay, that will be as a backend. Backend. Okay, this type of one of the folder, and into this folder area, I want to create one of the new controller, like as a review. Okay, I name it as a review controller. Now this type of one of the controller I want to create. Now click as a enter. Now you can see it successfully created one of the folder name as a backend, and into this folder area, I have created one of the review controller, which is really great. That means all that our functions now we can able to handle it throughout this our review controller. And now our model will be needed because another database table will be needed where I will store all that our review related data. So that is the reasons here if you want to create it, that will be here. Sorry, I want to use it as a PHP artisan and make, that will be as a model, and make model, which type of model you want to create. I want to name it as a review right now, as a and then the view. That will be the review model. And space at a time I also want to create another migrations table. So throughout this our name as a model, that will be created our database table, and into this database table how many field there have, we have to also set up it, and that is the things we can able to set up it throughout this our database migration. From to this area we can able to set up it. Okay, so now I name it as a review, then one of the space and then hyphen, and then that will be as a M. So if you write down as a PHP artisan make model as a review, so now that will be created one of the model, and also it should be created with the same name on the migrations table. Now if you click as a enter, it should be created two things. One, or you can see in our model folder review is successfully generated, and also in our database migrations folder it's created one of the new table name as a reviews. Great. Now I want to go back to that first of all in our migration. Into this migration, that is our migrations field. So into this migrations field area, here I want to assign some of the field, like here, where I want to copy some of the things from here. I copy it, and now I want to go to that our review, and here I paste it. Because which type of field that will be needed, now that will be depends on your project. Like into this project area, as I told you, they have some of the message will be needed, one of the image will be needed, name will be needed, and position will be needed. So that is the all data I want to do, I want to insert. So for doing this, I want to simply add the name. Like first of all, I want to name one of the field name as a name, and I want to take another field name as a position, position, okay. TION position, and then I want to take another one as a photo. You can also use it as a photo or the image, whatever you choose. Now I name it as image. Another one that will be as a message. Okay, that will be the message, and message that is actually multiple text. So here I want to better make it our type, that will be as a text type. As I told you before, for the string that is provided one of the 255 character, but when you use it as a text, you can insert multiple character in particular that input field. And image I make it as a string, so you can also make it as a nullable. If you don't want to make it as a add any validation, you can make it as a nullable. Rather than I want to make it our name, position that will be needed, image and message I want to make it as a nullable. Okay, great. That means now that is a two of this field when you have to obviously add some of the data. If this image, that means image field or the message field, if this field is empty, if you don't want to add any data, then that will be inserted as a null value into this our database field. Okay, so that is actually our four of this field I simply assign as a name, position, image and message. So they have the four field, and this field here also we have to make it as a fillable. So that is the reasons here I want to go to that our user. Here I have already added one of the protected guarded, remember. So I copy it. Now for the review model, here I want to also make it as a protected guarded as a empty array. That means here whatever the field is in particular that position, all that our field, now that should be as a fillable. So make that sure you update that our protected guarded. Now all that field is fillable, which is really great. And now here we successfully created that our table, we successfully created that our migrations table related all that field. Now we have to migrate it. So if you want to migrate, then we have to run one of the command as a PHP artisan and migrate. So you just remember this simple all that command, because moreover every time we have to use the same concept. So when you run it as a PHP artisan, artisan, right? Spelling mistake. Artisan and migrate. When you run it as a PHP artisan migrate, and after that here, if you make it as a enter, now click as a enter. Now you can see there is a new database table is successfully created by the name as a reviews. And now if you go to our database, and into this database, if you refresh it perfectly, there is a new database table is successfully created by the name as a reviews, and that is all that our field. right? As a name field, position field, image field, and the message field. How you can do this work, friend, I hope it's very clear to you. So here our first things now we have to do, we have to get this data from to this our review table, and we have to insert this data. So better I want to continue this process. From to the next video I will start to work for our, here we don't need it. I want to start to work in our sidebar that I have already named it as all review. First of all, I want to do and to get this data from to this our review table. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully created one of the database as a review. So now I want to first of all get this data, then I will insert this data. So if you want to get it, if you go to that our admin dashboard, in here I have already assigned that one of the name as a all review. That means now we have to create another new route. I want to simply define one of the route name. So that will be as a route, R-O-U-T-E, right? Route, and route name I want to use it like as a all and then the review. Okay, this type of another route. Now I want to create. So if you want to create it, we have to create it in our web.php, and into this web.php before I have already created one of the controller also in our backend, and that is our review controller. So now first things we have to do, we have to support it. We have to support this review into this our web.php. Here I want to better use it. I copy it and I paste it. Now that is our path as in our controller slash backend. Now that will be here controller slash backend, and then our name as a review controller. Okay, here make that sure you have to support it. And then also I want to create before I have already created one of the group middleware, remember? So here if you want to access that all page, that is everything is related with our dashboard, that means this user must have to be logged in. So here first of all I want to use that our auth. Like here I want to use it, better I copy it, and then after that like this one actually here, that is actually auth which I have already created before. Now I simply paste it and that will be ended. Okay, so now in particular that our group middleware, whatever the things I will be do, everything that will be protected with the auth. That means this user must have to be logged in. And also before I have created all that our route like that way. So that is actually individual. For every time we have to actually call that same controller multiple time. In Laravel you can also created one of the group controller. So that is a group middleware I have created, and also now I want to create another group controller, then that will be easy for you. So in that case we have to call it as a route. That will be as a route, and route will be our controller, and route controller area. Here which controller you want to access? I want to access that our review controller that I have already loaded as a review controller. I copy it, and now here we have to assign that our controller as a review controller name as a class. Okay, that will be as a class, and then that will be one of the group. That will be as group group, and group will be another function. So here that will be as a group function, and here we have to call it like that way. So now that is actually one of the group controller. Now every time we don't need to load that things like that way. Now that will be very simple. All that our route, our review controller related group route I successfully created, and then here only we have to write down as a route. Now route will be which one? Now I want to assign it as one of the get method, and into this get method area our route name, here we have to assign it like I want to use it as a all, and then slash, that will be as a review, right? So that will be the all review, and then we have to pass that our method name, which method you want to create, like I name it as a all review VIEW, right? Review, and after that will be our name. Okay, name means name route. Name route is which one? Name route is in our sidebar. I have already defined that our route name as a all review, and now that will be here our name route. That's all you have to do. Now we don't need to add our controller name in here. Whatever the route you have to add, you just simply added that things like that way. Now that is one of the route as a get method. That is a name route as a all review, and here our URL will be as a all. Okay, all, and then the slash all and review. And now I want to create this type of one of the method as a all review method in our review controller. I hope the concept is very clear to you. Now I want to create it. I copy it. Now I want to go back to that our review controller, and into this review controller area, first of all I want to create that our public, and then the function, and function name will be as all review, and then that is actually our function. And better I want to use it one of the comment as a and method. That will be as a and method. Great. I hope friend you understand the step by step all that process. If you understand this process, literally everything will be very similar. I hope that will be very easy for you. So here I successfully created our method. So now throughout this method, what exactly I want to do? I want to simply get this data from to this our review table. So if you want to access that our review table, in that case we have to load that is the review model. Right, so that is a review model we have to load it. So here I want to use it. That is our use will be our app folder / that will be as a models folder, and then that is our review. Right, so that is our models folder, in our app folder, models folder, and that is the review. Here make that sure you have to support it, and here I have already make it as a protected guarded. Fine. So now throughout this we can able to access that our review table. So now I want to get all that our data. So if you want to get this data, in that case, better first of all I want to take another variable, and I just name it as a review. And review will be, now I want to access that our review model, which I have already supported in here. That is a review, and into this review area, now I want to get that our latest all the data. So that will be the latest data. I simply want to call it one of the get method. So that will be as a get all the data. Simple job. Okay, from to the review table, now that will be get that all that our latest data, and we should be get it by the get, and here that is the data, and we have to also visible it. So that is the reasons I want to return it one of the view page. Return view page means which one? Like here I want to do in our admin, okay, into this admin folder. Better I want to use another folder in here. So in our admin folder, I will create another new folder as a backend, and into this backend folder area, I will create another new folder like as a review, review, and here I will create another new file as a all_review, and then view. Okay, I hope the concept is very clear now. That means in our admin folder, I want to create another new folder as a backend. I will organize it everything in one place. Now into this backend folder, I will create another new folder that will be as a review, and into this review folder, I will create another new file. I click as a new file that will be as a all review.blade.php. Great. So here I successfully created this file, and now whatever the review I get it, right now I don't have any data. Literally we have to also insert it this data, but I want to complete this process. Whatever the data I get it, I take the things with this variable. So now all the data is in our review table. That means review our variable. So that's the data I want to do and to show it in our all review page. So if you want to show it, we have to pass this data with the compact method. Okay, so that will be as a compact. With the compact method, I want to pass that data by the name as a review. Okay friend, I hope the concept is very clear to you. So that is the review, I simply pass it. So now we have to work and design our all review page. That means that is our all review. So here our first things I want to do and to support it our admin dashboard, and section will be as a admin. I better copy it, and now in here I paste it. That will be as a and section. So I make it as a and section. Okay, so now throughout this we can able to access everything. I want to check it, click as a save all, and now I want to run it or PHP Artisan optimize. Okay, PHP Artisan optimize, I run it, and now if you go to that our dashboard, I want to refresh it. Now that is fine. If you go, you can see there is a review setup. If you click as all review, that is successfully loaded our all review, which is great, right? So in particular that position, I want to load one of the data table. That means if you go to that our template, in our backend template, which I have already shared that things with you in our basic exercise file, that is our backend template, right? Simply open the index file, and then here actually I want to go, and that is also another table. You can see there is a table, and that is actually one of the data table. So into the data table, actually I want to use this type of another table. Okay, here actually there are the two different table. One is the basic table, so that will be display like that way. Another is the data table. So data table is the functionable, it because of all you can show it as a 10 or 25 data is visible automatically. Our pageination will be available in here, and not only that, if you want to search it, you can also able to search it. So everything actually ready made. So now I want to load this our data table from to this our theme. I want to actually load it, and I want to visible it in our page. Okay, so here if you want to actually load it, they have some of the CSS, they have some of the JSS file. First of all, we have to load it. So how you can do this work, but I want to continue this process in our next video. I will design our, that is the all review. Here I want to load one of the data table in particular that position. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here, we are successfully able to load that our all review, and we successfully also get this data, right? Here we successfully get this data, and I simply return one of the view page as the all review page. So now into this all review page area, here I want to load one of the data table, right? So that is a data table. So if you actually go to that our table and the data table.html, I want to actually open this file. Here if you go to that your backend, into the backend template, into the backend there is a data table. I want to find out it. There is one of the HTML as a, you can see there is a table, data table.html. But I want to open it with my Sublime text editor. Here I want to open it. Okay, so in particular that position, if you want to access it, they have the data table related, they have some of the file. You can see there is some of the CSS file. First of all, we have to take it. Better I copy it, and now we have to support it in our entire project. That means I copy it. Now I want to go back to that our main admin file. Okay, right now I want to go to that our admin, and that is our admin master, right? So in here I have already loaded all the things, like in particular that position. After that, our images, before that our app CSS. Here I want to support it. Okay, I simply support it. That means now we have to also update that our asset will be, now that will be for the backend. I copy it. Now here I want to support it. That will be as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I can see that is everything is data table related. They have some of the CSS, we have to take it. So better I simply cart it, and here I paste it. I simply cart it, I paste it, I want to cart it, and then that will be paste it. I want to cart it, and then here I paste it. I want to cart it, and then here I paste it. Okay, so that's all. Now they have also some of the JS file we have to take it. I want to go back again in our table database, data table HTML. If you go to that our downside, that means here for the data table, and that is also some of the file we have to take it. Like that is actually one of the data table JS file, and data table main JS. Here we have to take it. That is a bootstrap 5. That is the two things will be needed. Here I want to take it. I take both of this. I copy it. Now there is a JS file here. Again I want to go back to that our admin master. Into this admin master I want to go to that our file, that is our JS. Everything I have already loaded in here, right? So now here I want to do, after that our app.js. Here after that I want to simply, before that our toaster, which I have already loaded. Here I want to paste it, and now again we have to update it in our backend. I copy it, I want to update, I paste it, and then I paste it. Okay, here I paste it. Now I want to also support it. I cart it, and then I paste it. I want to cart it, and I want to paste it. I want to cart it, and then I want to paste it. And also there is another file we have to take it. Here if you go, that is another one. That is actually, you can see there is a data table demo app. Okay, so there is a demo app also, you have to take it. Better I copy it, and now I want to also support it in here. That will be the same, our backend. I want to support, that will be the backend. So that is all that our CSS and JSS that will be needed for using the data table. So now that is fine. Now I want to go back to that our page. That means here if you go to that our all review page, and into this all review, before I have already discussed about that things with you. If you go to that our admin profile, and into this admin profile, one of the div, and this one as a profile, right? And this one actually I want to take it just like the same before. So here that is started, that is ended, that is another 2 of this div. I copy it, and now here I want to paste it. So also you have to close 2 of this. I want to close it and to close it. Okay, so now there is a content is started, content is ended, and this div is started, div is ended, and that is our name. So here I want to use it like as a all review. Okay, and then the view. Fine. So now that is actually everything is in here. I want to now check it. If you click as a save all, and now if you go, and now I want to refresh it. That is our all review. So here in particular that positions, now I want to load that out. That is the data table. Here if you want to load it, I want to simply go and I want to open with the inspect. Okay, into this inspect, if you select it, and here you can see that is actually one of the row. If you select this row, and that will be actually selected, that is the total div, right? So that is our total part that should be selected, and you can see there is a row. I want to simply select it. I make it as a edit with HTML, and that is one of the row. I want to take it. I copy it, and you can also actually get this row into this file. That means in this file area you can also get it. Here actually they have also one of the row. Okay, here if you go, that is actually content. You can see there is a content page, that is on the content, that is our content src. Same logic, you can see that is actually our data table, one of the div. Okay, so that is, you can copy also this row from here. You can also copy it. Okay, so that is actually one of the row. So there is a row started, row is ended. I want to take it. I simply copy this row. I copy it, and now I want to go back to our project in our all reviews. So from to the all reviews here, after that I want to simply paste it. Okay, I paste it. So now let's check this out, what type of things that is actually look like. If you click as a save all, and now if you go to our project, and now here if you refresh it, you can see that is the data table is successfully added. Great. So now everything work. If you search with the search, our search is working, and also the pagination after the 10 post, automatically this pagination will be executed. Okay, next, previous, everything is working. Great. That means we are successfully able to add the data table. Also now I want to change that name. So here if I want to change that name, first of all I want to actually remove all that our demo data. That the so many data. You can see there is a tier. So I only want to take one tier, and rest of all the data I want to remove it. Okay, so now I want to remove it. Tier is ended, and also there is another one I want to remove it. Only one tier I want to take it, and that will be our another t head. Okay, now click as a save all. Now if you refresh it, it's much better. And also I want to update that name as a basic data table. Here I want to change that name. That will be as a all review. Okay, and then the view, that will be as all review. And also better I want to take it a bit left side, make it as a press in the left side. Okay, so that is actually one of the table, and that is the table area we have to actually work. So that is actually our main things. Now we have to work in particular that area. Okay, so great. So here actually we successfully load that our table. Now which data I want to visible? I want to visible, like if you go to our database, into the database, like that will be as a name, position, image, and message. Now I want to visible it as a name. First of all I want to better use it on the serial number, and then I want to visible that name, and then that will be on the position, and also that will be another one as the image. Okay, image, and then message. If you want to visible it, you can visible it. So I want to also show that message. Sorry, that will be, I want to make it as a message, and then that will be another action button. So I name it as a action. Great. And now first of all, that is actually our tier. Okay, here now we have to do one of the loop. We have to run it. So here we have to take it one of the for each, that will be as a for each will be started and for each is ended. I want to simply end it. That is our tier. Here I want to end it. Now that should be not that our static data, dynamic data, which I have already get it from to this our review table. I pass it with the compact method by the name as a review. So now we can able to receive it in our all review page. So that is in our all review page. I want to receive it here throughout that is our review. I want to access it with our item, and also I want to show that our serial number. So I want to use one of the key in here, so that will be the key, and key will be I want to use it by the name as the item. Okay, whatever name actually choose. Now with this item we can able to visible it. Like first of all, here I want to show that our serial number that should be one by one, that should be displayed. So I want to do and to make it, that will be our key, and that is the key that will be as a +1. Okay, 1 by 1, 1 2 3, that means that will be automatically incremented, and that is one of the for loop. That means 1 by 1 it should be get multiple data from to this our database, and that will be actually get this data. And then that will be our name will be now into visible it here, everything we can able to visible it throughout that our item, because review data I have access it by the name as item. So now with this item I want to access that our database field name. Here if you go, our field name as a name, that should be display the name. Okay, here I want to paste it, better I copy it. Now that will be another one, that will be another one, I want to add another one. Okay, so that will be the name, another one that will be as a position, I want to visible it, so that will be as a position. And then we have to visible that our image. So image will be a little bit different. Here we have to load that our image tag, that is image tag, image src, and src area. Here we have to load it. We have to load it with the item. I want to access it, our image field name as image. I simply copy it. Now that will be that our image. Okay, here I want to access it, and after that also I want to pass one of the style, because our image height wide will be important. So I make it as a style. Style I want to use it like as a wide. I want to make it as a 70. That will be the 70 pixel, and also I want to use it as a height. I want to make it as a 40 pixel. Okay, 40 pixel. So now that's fine. So here for the image, that should be also displayed in here right now. And if you also want to display the image in here, we have to also load that our asset first. So I want to use it into the single quote, that means single bracket, and that will be the asset. Okay, that is in our asset folder, and then that will be our item image. And I have also passed that our one of the style in particular that position. Perfect. That is our everything. Here actually I have done it. That is our style I have already loaded. That is style is started, style is ended, right? So now it's fine. And now after that, that is our another one as a message. And message I want to also load it. Message will be which one? Message will be actually multiple text. Here I want to first of all show you, like here that will be the name with this item. I want to show that our message. Great. And then that will be our two of this action. Action means here I want to actually load one of the two of this icon. That means if you go to that our theme, into the theme area, if you go to that component, into the component that is on the button, like which type of button you want to visible, you can actually visible it. Like that is the middle center action button, right? I want to use it like as a BD success. Here I want to actually use it. So I want to simply take it. That is one of the button, and that is one of the link, right? Here if you select it, there is also another one as a success, but I want to take it. I simply select it. That will be our class name. Class name is important as a btn success. I copy it, and in here I want to use one of the arif. I want to use it, and in particular that position I want to use that class name will be as a btn success, and I want to use it as a btn will be like as a sm. Okay, you can also use some of the icon in here. So now I name it, that will be for the edit, and also I want to use another one. I copy and I paste it, that will be for the delete, and for the delete I want to use it as a btn danger, danger. Okay, that is bootstrap class. Now let's check this out. If you click as a save all, so right now that should be not display any data. It because of all in my database there have the no data, but I successfully update that our data. You can see it's fine. That is our all review is visible, and also here displays the serial number, name, position, image, and messages. Okay, and then that is our action. Great. And actually that is double. Here you can also remove it, like that is actually our all. You can also remove it. I don't need this. I want to better remove it. Okay, let's check this out, what type of things that is look like. Click the save all. Now if you refresh it, it's become very close. So that will be actually needed. I want to only remove this one. Click as a save all, and now if you refresh it, it's much better, right? It's much better. So here, friend, we successfully done it. We successfully done our all review part. In our next video, I will add this review into this our database table. Okay, that means here I want to insert it. So how can do this work in our next video? I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully created the design for our all review. So right now I don't have any data in my database. Now in this video, I want to start to work for insert this data into the database. Let's do that work. For doing this, first of all, I want to go back to that our sidebar again. Right now I don't need this. Master will be not needed. Here I want to go to the our sidebar, and into the sidebar now I will create another new route that will be for our add review. Here I name that as a add review. Now this type of one of the route we have to create in our web.php. Into the web.php, simply I copy it, and now I want to define another one that will be the name as a add review. I want to simply update it as a add review. That will be as a add review. I will create another new method as a add review. That will be also another get type. Here now we have to create this add review method in our review controller. Now I want to go to that our review controller, and in here I simply return one of the view page. So that will be as a public, and then the function, and then our method name will be as a add review. Here I simply created, and better I want to make it as a and method. And then here I return one of the view page that will be just like that same. Here we don't need to pass any data, and only that will be our admin backend in our review folder. Now I will create another new file that will be as a add review. Now I copy it, and now in particular that positions, that means that is in our review, okay, backend, and into the review folder I want to create another new file that will be as a add review.blade.php. Great. So this page will be just like our, if you go to our profile, maybe that is actually related like this one. Yeah, we can also able to use it. So better I want to do and to copy everything from to this our profile. Okay, here I copy it, because now one of the form will be needed, right? So there is a form that will be needed. Now let's do that work. For doing this, I want to go to that our admin, and into this admin area, before I have already created one of the admin profile. So admin, from to the admin profile I want to copy everything. Okay, I copy everything, and now in our add review page, here I want to paste it. So right now which things will be not needed, I want to remove it. Like that is actually two part. One is the change password, here that will be not needed, right? I want to first of all simply remove it. Like that is one of the form. Here if you select this form for the old password, and form is started, form is ended, I want to remove this form. Okay, I want to remove this form from here. And also there is another one as a call LG6. If you select this dev is started, dev is ended. Here from to this position I want to remove this dev. Okay, now only one will be enough. And now also here I want to update that our field name as per our need, and also that will be, I want to update like here from to this position, that will be the profile. So here that will be the add review. Okay, I name it as add review, and then that will be here started one of the image means here if you go this functionality also that will be not needed. I want to do and to remove it. Here if you want to remove it, that is our personal information, which is fine. That is our dev is started, dev is ended. You can see that is a dev is started, dev is ended. Always remove that things actually dev by dev, then that will be helpful for you, rather than your total template will be as a broken. So if you select it, there is a dev by dev, I want to do and to remove it. Okay, now that is very clean. And now that is our personal information. Here I want to change it by the name as a add review. Okay, review. And now better I want to take it a little bit left side. Here I want to take it into the left side. Great. So now that is on the method will be needed. Image multi-part form data, that will be also needed. Now only I want to define that our name, that will be the name. Here we don't need to pass any value. Our database field name also the name, that is totally fine. Another one that will be here, if you go Another one as a position, so I better copy it. That will be as a position. I want to update it as a position. Our field name will be as a position. We don't need to add any value in here. That will be another text type. I make it as a text type. Okay, and that will be our position. Great. And then that is our message will be needed. Phone, that will be not needed. Here I want to remove it. That will be our message. I will name it as a message. And message will be here. We don't need to pass any value. Okay, here only that will be as a text area, and text area name I want to use it as per our database field name as a message. I copy it. Now that will be our name will be as a message. Okay, and then there is a profile photo. You can also use it as a user photo. Okay, that will be the user photo. Photo related everything will be just like that same. Here I want to use it, and that should be display only the no image. So here I want to remove everything, all that condition I want to remove it. Only that should be display our upload and no image.jpg. Remember, that will be fine. And also there is a form is ended, and I have already loaded that our script for the image. Whatever the image will be selected, that should be display. That's all you have to do. Now let's check this out. If you click as a save all, and now I want to run that our PHP Artisan optimize. And now if you go to that our project, I want to check it. If you refresh it, and now go to that our add review. Perfect. I can see that is add review is successfully visible as a name, position, that is a message, and there is a photo. By default that is display as a no image. Here when you select some of the image, then that should be display this image. Perfect. And you can also make it into our total. So total area, if you want to actually load it, in that case we have to do that is actually one of the card LG6. Okay, here I want to better make it as a 12. That will be as a 12. For the extra small, for the large I make it as a 12. Okay, so now I want to click as a save all. Now that should be as a total. If you refresh it, that is actually our total. Okay, so you can actually load it like that way. If you want to use different type of template, you can also use it like here in our theme, into the theme area. If you go to our form, if you go to that here, actually you can also load this type of one of the things. That will actually depends on you, but right now I think that is fine. That is our for all that field. Here I have successfully loaded, which is really great. Okay, but now I want to insert this data. So here I will actually put that our name, I will put some of the position. Here I will add some of the images, messages, and then I will upload some of the images. And these images, everything that should be inserted in our database table, that means here that will be inserted. So here also one things we have to update, like that is the image. Here if you go to that our Frontend template, into this Frontend template, actually there are some of the specific size image we have to insert. That is actually 60 by 60. So here before for the profile, I have already upload that image functionality, but that is no have any resize option. So now we have to actually call on the resize functionality. So you can actually do this work with using Laravel, one of the package as a Laravel intervention. So in our next video, I will install that intervention package, and then I will start to work for add that review, and this data I will insert it into this our database. So how we can do this work in our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully create the design for our add a review. So right here, we successfully able to design it. Now in this video, I want to insert this data. So before insert this data, there is an image when that will be inserted in our database. I want to insert it with one of the appropriate size that I will set it from to this our controller. This data that will be set with the resize. So here if you want to resize that image, in that case they have now Laravel one of the package as a image intervention package. Simply go to that image intervention, or if you search into this Google as a image intervention for Laravel, you will also get the references. So that is very popular one of the Laravel package. Now in this video I want to install it. So before you install that package, that is our image intervention. Right now current version as a latest version as a 3. So I will also use it as a latest version as a 3. So if you want to install it, we have to go to that installation, and into this installation they have the different type of modification. You can actually do this work with this. That is especially for the resize image. I will actually implement this one. So now I want to use it. So here if you want to use it, so that is in our installations area. Into this installation area we have to first of all install it. So you can install it throughout this command as a composer require intervention image. Now I want to copy it, and now I want to go back to that our project, and in here I want to install it. I want to better make it as clear, and now I want to install that composer require intervention image. Now click as a enter. Now that should be download everything from the internet, and it's very interactive one of the package, and throughout this package we can able to handle our image size as per our requirement. Like if you want to add some of the dimensions, like as a 200 for the wide, 400 for the height, you can actually define that your all the dimension as per your demand. So it may take little time, better when it will be done, then I will come back again. And here you can see friend, this package is successfully installed. Okay, so everything is successfully downloaded, and when that will be done, it will be returned direct to our same basic, and that is actually right now we are using the current version for the image intervention as a 3.11. If you also want to check it this dependency, you can actually check it into this our composer. If you go to that composer JSON, in here now you can see that is also successfully added as the intervention image. Now we are using as a 3.11 version. Great. Everything is fine. Now I want to do here, if you go to that image intervention side again, and in here now if you go to that our resize images, and into the resize images you can actually store it in two different way. One is the, here I show you, one is the our image manager, and with the image, that is the image creek drive, and also another one as a god, that means GD drive. Okay, so now I'm going to use it as a GD drive. Here first of all we have to take two things. One is the image manager, another is the image drivers and GD drivers. Okay, so now I copy both of these, and now I want to first of all add it in our controller. So into this controller area here I will actually add it. So here make that sure you have to support two things. One is the image manager, and also another one that will be as a driver, GD driver. And also here now we are using that GD. So make that sure I will also share that things with you. Here if you when you install that XAMPP also provided one of the init file. We have to also check it. Here you have to go where exactly you have installed. Like for now in my case I have installed it in my C drive and into this XAMPP. And into this XAMPP folder, you will get this type of the folder as a PHP, and into this PHP folder you will get one of the init file, like there is a php.init. Simply open this file. Okay, now I want to open it into the Visual Studio Code editor, and in here you have to search it with the Control F. I want to search it with the GD. Okay, so that is one of the extension. By default, some of the time it might be as a one of the comma. When that will be actually a comma, that is actually comment. So make that sure that should be as open. So just remove that semicolon. Now that is actually activated. So that is very important in our .php.init. Make that sure you update that extension God that should be available for all. Okay, that means that should be not as a commented. Great. So that's all you have to do. So now that is fine. Here we don't need to do anything. I have already successfully updated, and that is the two things will be needed. So now we are ready to resize that images, and we are ready to insert that images as per our expectation. So how we can do this work in our next video? I will execute our ad review. I will insert this data into this our database. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully installed that image intervention package for resize that our images. Now I will implement that one. Let's do that work. For doing this here, that is our ad review. Now from here on to store this data. So if you want to do this work, we have to go back in our ad review. Into this ad review here, I have already assigned one of the form, and that is all that our field. right? So that is actually our form. Now into this form area, make that sure you have to add that as a NC type multipart form data, because now we are dealing with the images. As I told you before, when you deal any type of images, then NC type multipart form data that will be needed. Okay, and also CSRF token is in here. Now I want to create another new route, and I just name that route as a store review. Okay, review. Now this type of one of the route I want to create, and our method will be as a post method. I want to go back to that our web.php. Now I want to create another new one, and that will be our name. I name it as a store, and then the review I copy it. Now that will be here as a store review, and then I want to update that our URL will be store review. That will be one of the post method, and I want to create another new method as a store review. Okay, now this type of one of the method I want to create it in our review controller. So now if you go to that our review controller, before I have already loaded our image intervention image manager, and that is our driver. So now both of these will be needed. Now in here, after that I want to create one of the new method that will be as a public, and then the function method name will be as a store review. Here that is one of the post method. We have to get that our request, and that will be as a $request. Okay, sorry, request request, that will be the $request, and then the request, and that is actually our function. Here I want to declare this function, and here I want to make it as a and method. So first of all, I want to deal with our images. So I put on the if condition, and into this condition area here form to the request, I have already getted our file name. That means our file, and that is our file name is which one. Here if you go to that our add review, and into this add review I have already updated that our name, right? So that is actually a position. One is our name, another is our message, another is the name. Here better I want to use it as per our database field name, or database field name for this one as image. Okay, here better I want to use it as image. Our field name will be as image. Great. Now I want to access that our requested image in our review. Here our file name, I name it as image. That is fine. And here after that, our first things, now I want to use it as an image, one of the variable that will be our request, so that the requested file, okay, that will be requested file name as an image. So before in our admin controller, I have also upload the image. Remember here before I have upload that things like they have the no image intervention functionality. Whatever the image size will be uploaded directly, that will be uploaded in your upload folder. But now we are using that image intervention, that will be little bit different, but here throughout this we can set that our image size. Okay, I show you, like first of all here I get that our requested file image, that means from here whatever the image you will be selected, so that is actually our requested file image. Great, and then we have to take it, but I will take another variable as a manager. Okay, manager, we have to now call that instance for the manager, that will be the new, and that is our image manager that I have already imported. That is the image manager. I copy it. Now that will be here as the image manager, and into this image manager area here we have to define that our driver, so that will be the new, and that will be the driver. Okay, driver. So right now we are using which driver? We are using that our God driver. Here if you select it, and that is the driver also I successfully loaded from to the GD. Great. So here I successfully take it, and now we have to create again one of the unique name. Whatever the image will be uploaded, that should be created one of the unique name. So I want to name one of the variable as a name generate. Okay, I name it as a name generate. That will be one of the hexadecimal. I want to use it as a hexadecimal unique ID. So that will be unique, another function as a unique ID. So throughout this function that will be generated one of the unique name, and then here I want to simply pause that on the dot. Okay, that will be one of the dot, and then I want to do whatever the image I will be uploaded. So this image I want to take it. So that will be this image, and this image I want to call another method as a extension. So that will be a get client original extension. that will be as a get client original extension. Here I want to call it. Okay friend, so that will be our everything. That is a hexadecimal unique ID that will be generated. Then that will be as a dot, and then that will be get that our which image will be uploaded. This image as a get client original extension. So whatever the extension will be uploaded, that will be actually get this extension. Make the sure spelling is correct as a get client original. Okay, zinl extension extension. Perfect. So now here I successfully load it, and now after that I take another variable as image, and this image will be throughout our, that is the manager that I have actually defined. Here I want to add it, and this manager area here, throughout this we can able to access another function as a read function. That will be as a read. Read will be which one? Read will be whatever the images will be uploaded, that is our image that should be read. And then with this image I want to call our image intervention, that is another function name as a resize. I name it as a resize method, and which type of resize I want to use it, whatever the image I will be uploaded, I want to make it as a 60 by 60, right? So that is actually our theme size. So I make it as a 60, and then that will be as a comma, and that will be as a 60. Okay, so that is actually our width, and that is our height. So I want to simply save it, and now after that I want to save in our which place. Here we have to also allocate it, so that will be as a public underscore path area in our upload folder. Better I want to create another new folder for this one, as I name it as a review. And then here, whatever the name you have actually uploaded by the generated name, and throughout the generated name I want to add it. Okay, perfect. So now that is fine. Here that will be stored, and now also you have to create this folder name as a review in our upload. I want to go back to our project. In our upload folder, into this area I want to create another new folder as a review. So our review related image that should be stored into this our review folder. Here I want to simply update it, and that is fine. Now we have to save it. So I take another variable as a save underscore URL, and save URL will be the same location in our upload, and then that will be our review. And in here I want to upload it with our generated name. So that is actually our generated name. Perfect. So that's all for adding that our images. And now I want to store this data. I want to store it in our which table? I want to store it in our review table. So that is our review model I have already loaded. Now we have to assign that our review, that is our review model. And now with this I want to call it as a create method. create. Okay, that will be the create method, and in here we have to define that our field name. Our field name, like here if you go to that our database field name one by one I want to take it. Like one will be as a name. I want to use it as a name, and name will be our which one? That will be our requested field name. Our requested field name, here if you go to that our add review, here our requested field name I have also named it as per our database field name as a name. Now that will be as a name, and then I want to also take our another one. I copy it, paste it. Okay, another field name as a position. I copy it. Now that will be here as a position, and that will be our name. I name it as a position. That will be here. I want to use it here as a position. Okay, and also after that will be another one as a message. I want to take it as a message. That will be as a message. Our requested field name also here I name it as a message. Now that will be here as a message, and then our image, I want to take it our field name as an image. That will be as an image, and image will be our, that is the I have already uploaded. We take these things with this variable. That will be actually our, that is the save URL. That's all you have to do, friend. Okay, that's all you have to do. And that is our if condition. That is a condition is started, condition is ended. Now here after that I want to simply show that our notification. So that will be as a our notification. Okay, notification. That will be the notification. Notification will be our array, and in array there have the two things we have to pass. One is our message. Remember, here I have already done this job before, so that will be as a message, and message will be, that should be display as a review, okay, review inserted or added successfully, okay. And then also our type, that means our alert type, alert, and then the type, alert type will be which one? Alert type will be as a success. And then if everything okay, then I want to return it. I want to return one of the redirect, where exactly that will be go. So here from to this position I want to return redirect to our all page that I have already created. Remember, that is our all review page. Here I want to return redirect. So that is one of the route. So I simply pass that our route name will be as all review. In here that will be return redirect with our notification, okay. I call it as a with, and with this our, that is the notification, I want to simply call it, and with this notification I want to pass it. That's all, okay friend, that's all you have to do. So now I want to check it's successfully working or not. Let's check this out. If everything okay, that should be work. If you click as a save all, and I have already updated in our web.php, so I want to run that our PHP addition optimize running successful, everything is look like fine. I want to go back to that our project, and here right now that is totally empty. Now I will actually insert this data, right? Let's check this out, it's working or not. Here that is successfully loaded, they have the no data. I want to refresh this our add review page, and now here I name that as a Kaziarian position, I name it as a web developer. I put some of the message as a some of the demo message actually. Here if you go like this type of one of the message, I want to take it and I put some of the message and upload that image for education purposes. This one I have already used it, I want to use this one, okay. Now let's check this out. If you click as a save changes, yes, you can see there is a review inserted successfully, and it's now returned redirect to our all review page that I have already created that things before. And now that is display our serial number, name is visible, position is visible, image is visible, and that is actually the message, right? Better I want to put some of the limit for this message, then that will be easy. So here actually this page actually comes from our, that is our all review page, right? Into this all review I have already get this data and I visible all the data in here. So now in particular that positions I want to do and to put some of the limit here. If you want to put this limit for our, that is the item, right? Here I want to do and to pass it one of the str. Laravel also provided this type of one of the helper as a limit. A limit will be which one? That is our item message. I want to now add it in here, and in particular that positions I want to do limit will be, I want to pass it like as a 50, okay. That will be a 50, and after that 50 that will be added as a ... okay. That's all. Now if you click as a save all, now throughout that our STL limit that should be defined that our 50 character. If you now refresh it, perfect. Now our limit is visible, message is visible, action I have already used it as a edit and delete, and both of these is successfully visible. I hope friend the concept is very clear to you. How can add this data into this database? If you go to that our database, that is successfully inserted, image is uploaded in our review folder. Here if you go to that our review folder, that is successfully uploaded, and most important, if you put your cursor, yes, you can see our dimension that I have actually set it as a 60 by 60, and now our, that is the image dimension as a 60 by 60. So that's the reasons we have installed that image intervention, and that is the reasons here we are successfully able to resize it. In our review controller, I resize it, our image size that will be as a 60 by 60, and that is successfully uploaded in here with the unique name. Right, you can see that is one of the ID and dot our extension. Perfect. So now how to do this work is, I hope is very clear. Now if you want to add another review, I name it as a Raju, and then I put it one of the position as a web developer. Here I want to use it, and then I put some of the message again, okay. For education purpose I want to use this type of the message, and I put that another image like this one. Click as a save changes. That is a review inserted successful. That is successfully visible. And into this database, now that should be another data that is also successfully visible, created at, updated at, automatically it's getting that our time, everything is fine. And also there is a 60 by 60. Okay, so how can add this data, how can get this data from to this database, and how can visible it? I hope, friend, the concept is very clear to you. So in our next video, I want to also complete that our edit and delete functionality. So better I want to continue this process. In our next video, I will done this job. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we are successfully able to add that review, and now that is successfully also visible in our all review page. I hope everything is very clear to you. Now in this video, I want to update that our that means complete that our edit and update functionality. If you want to edit this review, if you want to update the position, name, image, the messages, how can do this work? In this video, I will show you that things with a live example. For doing this, if you go to that our database, right now they have the 2 review, and for every review they have individual some of the ID, which is automatically generated. A specific this ID as a requested ID, I want to do with this, I want to actually get a specific this total row data. Let's do that work. For doing this, first of all, we have to add another route in our edit. I want to go back to that our project, and that is in our all review. Sidebar will be not needed. I want to go to that our all review, and that is our edit. And in here, I want to create on the new route. Okay, I just cleared on the route, and route name, I name it like as a edit. Okay, edit, and then the review. And edit review, also here we have to pass that our ID. And ID we can able to access it. I have already get that our review related all the data throughout this item. Now with this item, I want to access that our field name as a ID. So now that will be our route name as a edit review, and then that is our ID. So now we have to create this one as a edit review. I copy it, and now in our web.php, I want that will be another get method. I copy it, and now here I paste it. Our name I have defined as a review edit, that means edit review, and also that have one of the ID. So I want to make it as a edit and review. Our URL will be as a edit review, and also here after that will be one of the ID. And then I want to create another new method as edit. Okay, edit and then the review. Now this type of one of the method I want to now create in our review controller. Now if you go to that our review controller, here after that is store review, I want to create another new method that will be as a public, and then the public function, and then I name it as the edit review, and here I created this method. And this method area here also they have one of the requested ID. We have to pass one of the parameter in here as a ID. Okay, here I want to pass it as a ID. Now a specific this ID related total data I want to get it. So I take another variable as a review, and this review will be our review model. A review, right? So that is a review model, means here throughout this model we can able to access that our review table. So that is a review model, and into this model area I want to call that one of the find method that will be find our, that is the requested ID. Okay, so that is the requested ID, it should be get it, and then that will be return one of the view page. Return view means that the same in our admin. Into this our backend, I want to add another new one in our review folder that will be like as the edit review. Now this type of one of the page I want to create, and here I want to pass that our compact data. Compact data I have already get that our specific review related data. I take the things with this variable, here I pass it. So before I get it our all data, now here I pass that our specific ID, requested ID related data. And now if you click as a save all, and now I want to update that our PHP addition optimize, earning successful. And if you now go to that our page, if you refresh it, if you put your cursor, you can see it's actually getting it as a review 2, and that is actually getting that our review /1, and that is actually our requested. Okay, that is requested data as a one ID, means here it should be hit our review table one ID, and this one ID related total data that will be get, and that should be displayed. That's all you have to do. So now I will have to create this page as the edit review. I copy it, and now in our backend and the review folder here, I want to create another new file that will be the edit review.blade.php, and that will be exactly the same as I have done it for our ad review. I copy it, and now only we have to visible it our value. So in here I paste it. That is our edit review. And into this edit review, first of all, I want to change it by the name as edit review, and then that will be the edit review. Okay, name it as edit review, and here that is actually our name, and name everything will be just like that same. Only now we have to visible that our value will be the same process. Here I have already get that our specific ID related data. I take the things with this variable as a review. Here I pass it into the compact method in our edit review. Now throughout this review, a specific requested ID related name I want to visible. Okay. And that's all. Here you have to do same things. We have to update it for the position. I paste it, so that is a value will be our review related, our position that should be display in our input field area. This value should be display, and message is a text area. Into the text area we have to pass it like that way. Here that will be that our message should be display, and our existing photo here, if you want to show that our existing photo, in that case we have to display it like here. That will be as a asset, and then here we have to pass it our that is our review related our image, right? So that will be review related our field name as the image, and this image that should be loaded. Now that's all. If you now click as a save all, let's check this out. If you now go, and now I want to click as a refresh, click as a edit. Yes, you can see that is actually our 2ID. So 2ID related name is successfully get, position is successfully get this value, and also message is successfully get it, and existing image is also successfully get. Okay, and if you go to that our this one, that is our 1ID review, click as edit, that is successfully get that name, position, message, and also the image. Everything as specific this requested ID related data, that is the ID I have successfully get it. That is our ID, and that is actually our requested ID. From to this review table it should be get that our ID, and then that will be get this data. I take it with this variable. Here I pass it in our edit review page, and into this edit review I simply display all that our value, right? So now all that our value is successfully loaded. Now our next job is here we have to update it. So if you want to update, in that case we have to do like here. I want to go back into the edit page. First of all, I want to get that that is the requested ID. Okay, so this requested ID, if you want to get it better after the CSRF token, I want to call one of the input field. Type I want to make it as a right now as a text. Here I name it as a ID, and then I want to define it. I define that value, and value will be our review ID. Okay, here I want to pass it. That will be our review ID. So what exactly that means? Like right now, if you make it as a save all, now if you refresh it, now that should be get that our 1ID. 1ID means that is actually our 1ID, right? And if you go to that our another one, like as this one is a 2, you can see it's getting the requested ID 2, and that is our 2. So now that means a specific this requested ID related data now we have to update, right? So that is the reasons here I want to make it as a hidden. So I make it as a hidden. So that is actually not needed, but behind the scene that will actually work. Now click as a save all, and now that should be not display. If you refresh it, you can see that is not display. And now here I want to create another new one as a update. Okay, there is a review before I have created as a store review, and here now I want to create another new route. I just name it as a update. Okay, update review, and that will be the post method, nc-type multi-platform data, everything will be same. So now here I want to create this one as an update review. Go to that our web.php. I want to create another new one that will be as a post method. Here I copy it and I paste it. Now that will be the name as an update review. I want to update it as update review. That will be our URL will be update review. I want to create another new method as a update review. Okay, and also that is our update review method. This is the method I want to now create in our review controller. Simple process. Now go to that our review controller. Here after that you can also copy the total our store review method, simply copy it. Okay, everything I hope I have already discussed about that things with you. I hope it's very clear to you. Now I simply copy the total our store review method, and then here after that I want to paste it. Okay, so here only we have to do, first of all I want to take the update that our method name will be update review. So now here I want to use it as a update review, and then we have to get that our ID, our requested ID data. So I take one of the variable as a review underscore ID. Okay, this ID means that will be our request, that will be the requested our ID. And requested ID means which one? Here if you go to that our edit, I have also passed another input field hidden data, and that is the name. I name it as ID. And in here I pass that our requested value, remember? So now that is the things I have actually take it. I take it with one of the variable as a review REV. Okay, V or whatever name actually choose. Now I name it as a review ID. Great. And rest of process will be just like that same. Here that will be just like that same. Our image functionality that will be executed with the 60 by 60. And then only now a specific our that is the requested ID related data we have to update, right? So that is the reasons into this our review, that will be not only the create here, that will be as a find. First of all it should be find it should be find that our that is the requested ID, and then that will be update. Okay, after that that will be the update method. So then that will be actually updated. So that's all you have to do. Then that will be updated that our name, position, message and image, and that will be display our review inserted successful. It should be returned redirect to our all review page. So here you can also do another job, like some of the time you may only change that our name, not that image, right? So in that case better I want to do that is our if condition. Okay, if condition area that is started, if there have an image that will be executed. If you select it, if condition that is ended in here, right? So here I want to use another else, that will be as a else. Okay, I name it as a else area, that will be our another part. So that is the notification, everything I have to done to simply cut it, and now here I want to pass it after this. Okay, so if that have any image, that will be update with the image, and that will be returned direct to our particular disk page, which is fine. And else that will be our everything will be same. I copy it, else everything will be same, only here we don't need to pass any image. Okay, so that's fine, that's fine. So now I think it's very clear. Like if you go back again, so here I simply want to do if there have any image, then that will be upload everything. Okay, upload everything with the review, that will be find that ID, a specific this ID related, name, position, message, image, everything will be updated, and that should be display the notification as a review updated successful. Okay, updated successfully. Okay, and then that will be returned direct to the our all review page with image. You can also use it like as a review updated with image. Okay, I name it as with that will be as with image successfully. And rather than else, they have the no issues, they have the no images, only the name field will be updated, position will be updated, and message will be updated. That will be review updated. I want to update as a review updated without image successfully. So now both of these I want to do, I want to check it. Let's try it. Now if you click as a save all, and now I want to run that our PHP addition optimize, running successful. And now here if you go back, I want to refresh it. Like right now I only want to update that our name, I want to update the position or the messages. I don't want to update the image is the fine. Now click as a save changes. Yes, review update without image successfully. That means now our this position, that is our else area, I have already updated our review section. This review section is executed. But if you actually use that images also, you can also use it. Like right now I want to go back to that again, and now I want to also update that name, and also I want to update that our image. Like here I want to use for education purpose as a this one I have already used it. Which one I want to use? Like here I want to use this one. Now click as a save changes. Now that is successfully updated. You can see there is a review updated with image successfully. Now that is also successfully updated, and that is everything is worked successfully. That is both of this part is successfully working. Now that is with image and also the without image. How you can do this work, friend? I hope the concept is very clear to you. Okay, great. So now that is really fine. Here we successfully also able to update that our review part. That means edit and update is successfully completed. In our next video, I want to complete that our delete functionality. So how can do this work in our next video? I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully complete our edit and update functionality. I hope it's very clear to you. Now in this video, I want to complete that our delete functionality. For doing these same things, we have to update in our all review. I want to go back to that our, right now that will be not needed. I want to go to that our all review. And in here also, I want to create another new route. I simply copy it and I paste it, because here that will be also deleted with the ID. Right, now I want to make it one of the new route as a delete review, and after that delete review, that is also one of the ID. Now I want to go back to that our web.php. In here I want to copy that our edit one, so better I copy it, and now here after that I paste it. So now that will be the name as a delete, and the review I want to update it as a our delete review. That will be as a URL will be delete review with our ID. And now I want to create another new method that will be as a delete review method. Here I want to simply copy it, and now I want to go back to that our review controller, and into this review controller area here after that I want to create another new method that will be as a public, and function our method name will be as a delete review, and also that will be our end method. And for the delete review also I have passed one of the ID. That means a specific our requested ID related data we have to delete it. Here I simply receive this ID. And also here I want to do, when you click it as a delete, directly that will be deleted. Right, so I don't want to actually use that things like that way. Here I want to use one of the toast message. So toast message, if you want to set up it, in that case you have to do like first of all I want to go to that our project, okay, into this project area. If you go, and here I want to go to that our public, in our backend folder, into this backend asset, into this our JS folder, and then that is our JS area. I want to create another new file. I just named that file as a code.js. okay, so this type of one of the file I simply created, which is fine. And now if you go to your exercise file, and here if you open the toast CSS, and into this toast CSS I have also shared that things with you, how you can add that to sweet alert. So for the sweet alert, first of all I want to take two of these things. Better I copy it, one of the actually toast CDN link as a sweet alert CDN link I want to load it, and that is one of the script. I better copy both of these. Now that should be supported into our project. So I want to go to that our here. If you go to that our admin, in our admin master I want to actually go it, that is our admin master. Okay, so into this admin master, before that our toaster, here I want to paste it. So now that is two things. One is the our set CN, that means one of the CDN link for the sweet alert. And also here I have named it as a backend. Into this backend assets folder, JS folder, I just simply put on the link as a code.js. Right here, that is the file I have actually created in our backend, and the assets folder, and that is our JS folder, and that is our code.js. So here make that sure you have to support it. And then that is also another function. I want to simply copy this function. Okay, simply copy this function from here. I have already write down these things for you. So if you also search into this Google with the sweet alert, you can actually also get it from the sweet alert I have actually copied. So that is very common one of the things. That is the reason I want to use it in here. I copy it, and now into this our code.js area I want to paste it. Okay, that's all you have to do. So now that will be actually slow. That is a show one of the title as are you sure delete for this information, everything actually ready made. And here they have one of the ID as a delete, and that is the ID. Now we have to call it. We have to call it in our all review. That is the actual our delete. In here we have to pass that ID. ID will be delete. Now that should be also work. I show you. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go, I want to run that PHP addition optimize. And now if you go everything, if everything okay, that should be display that our sweet alert. Click as a delete. Yes, you can see that is successfully display as a are you sure, delete this data, yes, delete it or cancel. If you want to change anything in here, everything you can actually change it from to this position. You can see that is actually the message as a are you sure, delete this data icon, one of the earning icon, and there is a yes, delete it, one of the icon, and when that will be deleted, that should be displayed as a deleted, your file has been deleted and success. Okay. Simply added this code. Now our sweet alert is also successfully working, and now we have to work into this our method as a delete review method. So in here I want to do when this image will be deleted, a specific this image also that should be deleted from to this our review. Okay, that means from here that will be also deleted. So if you want to do this work, I want to put one of the variable. I just name it as item will be which one. Here I want to access that our review model. So that is our review table is by the name as a review, and here first of all I want to find it. I want to find that our requested ID, which I have already taken, that is our requested ID, and then I want to take one of the variable as image, and image will be with this item. I want to access that our review table a specific row ID total data we can able to access it, right? So that is our review table ID data, a specific ID data I can able to access it. So now throughout this I want to access that our field name as image. So now that will be here with this item. I want to access that our field name as image. Great. And now I want to call one of the unlink method. That will be the unlink our existing which image is already in here. This image will be unlink. Now that should be deleted. And now I want to also remove it. Our total row data also that should be deleted. So I want to make it as a review. Review will be find first of all the ID or requested ID. Then that will be delete by the delete method. That will be delete method. That's all you have to do. And then I want to show that notification message. Whether I copy it, and now here I want to paste it. That should be displayed as a notification as a review deleted. Okay, name it as a deleted successfully, and alert type I make it as a success type, which is fine, and that will be returned direct to our same page, right? That same page means our back page. So here I want to use it as a back, and that will be no need to pass any route. Here I want to remove it. I hope friend the concept is very clear to you. So now let's check this out, it's working or not. Click as a save all. I want to run that our PHP addition optimize, and now if you go, I want to check, but I want to add one of the new review. For education purpose, I name it as a test, and that will be the test, see something like it. I want to show that one of the image. This image I have already taken it, like I want to use this one. Now click as a save changes. That is a review inserted successful. That is successful. If you go to that our folder, that is also successfully inserted. Our resize is 660 by 60. Which is fine. So now I'm going to remove it. Now click as a delete, and also if you go to our database, that should be inserted another one, right? So now that should be deleted. I want to delete it. If you now click as a delete, our sweet alert is visible. Cancel it. Everything will be remain the same. If you make it as a yes, delete it, that is successfully deleted. Review deleted successful. And if you go to our database, that should be deleted from here. And if you go to our folder, an existing image is also successfully gone. Okay, that means everything we successfully done it. How can create some of the simple crude application in Laravel with the images? I hope friend that every concept is very clear to you. So now here we have to actually add that multiple review, and that is the review data. We have to visible it in our front end. So into this front end, first of all I want to start it to make these things that should be as a dynamic. How we can do this work in our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully able to complete our total code application for the review. And here I have inserted some of the demo data, like they have the 5 demo data, right? 5 reviews I have actually added with the name, with the position, they have some of the images, and also they have some of the messages. Great. Now that is the our all that review I successfully added, and this data also inserted in our database in our review table. Right. So they have the 5 data. Now that is all that our data I want to do. I want to visible it in our front end. Into the front end here, if you go, they have also one of the section as a here, one of the review sections. So now in particular that positions I want to visible it. Now that is our static data. I want to make these things that should be now as a dynamic. So how you can do this work? For doing this, first of all, we have to find out our specific these file locations. That means now we have to work in our front end. I want to go back to that our front end, like right now admin master, that will be not needed. All review, that will be here, and now I want to go to that our resources and then the view, and into this view area I want to go to that our home. And into this home, I have already segment all that our page in here as a home layout, and that is the name. I name it as a review. You can see there is a review blade, right? So into this review blade, they have the multiple one, right? So there's a multiple same static data. Now I want to actually make it as a clear. I only want to take one div. Okay, that means this one div I want to take it, and rest of all that our hard coded data I want to remove it. So if you want to do this work, that is actually in our which place I want to find out it. Like that is actually one of the common div. We have to actually find out where exactly that our common div. If you go, I want to check it. There is a div is started, div is ended. There is a this app transformed. Okay, there is a this app transformed, one of the name. And then there is some of the images, and then our another part here that have also one of the images as a star SVG. I want to take it at the same. And also here after that is actually the name, and that is our name is ended. And if you select this div, and that is actually our common div, you can see that is our Lono T warp 2 light busy, and also that is another one Lono T warp light busy. Great. So that means here I only want to take one. So that is actually our main div. Here I want to take only one div, and rest of all the div I want to minimize it. And there is another one. I minimize it. So now that is all that our rest of hard coded data I want to remove it. And now if you click as a save all, now that should be actually 1. If you refresh it, now you can see there is only 1. So here now I want to get this our data, and I want to visible it in particular that position. So how you can do this work? Right now into this our same blade page, in our review blade page, first of all I want to load this data. First of all I want to get this data. So here that will be actually just like that same. If you go to our review controller, and into the review controller, before I have already get this data like that way, better I copy it. And now in our review here, if you want to visible any function, we have to call our PHP blog, and then I take one of the variable as a review, and now we have to access that our review model. So here if you want to access it, what exactly you have to do, we have to also add that our appropriate our total path. I copy it. Now that will be our app, and then the models, and then that will be our review. Because right now we are using access our model not into this our controller, we are accessing it in particular that our blade page. So now from to this our review, I want to actually get all that our latest data, and I take the things with this variable. Then that is actually our same loop we have to run it. Right, so now only we have to load on the for each loop. So that will be the for each is started and for each ended. I simply cut it, and that is the div is started, this div is ended. Here I want to end it. And now I have already get all that our reviews data by the name as a reviews. Now I want to access it by the name as item. So that will be whatever name actually choose, you can actually choose it. So now here I want to access that our item, and star SVG actually our this one. Here I didn't load it from to this our backend, so that will be just like that same. Here this data now I want to change it. I want to remove it, and in particular that position now throughout this our item. Now throughout this, that will be our item. Now throughout this item, I want to access that our field name. Our field name here, if you go to that our review table, and with the review table here, that is all that our field. Now better I want to go to the structure, and here that will be our message. Okay, so I want to show this message. So that will be our message. Great. And then that is our images. So here I also want to display the images. That will be asset, and into this asset area that will be our item, and with this item I want to visible our image name, that will be as image. Now I want to access that our image, and then also another one, better I copy it, and here that should be the name and that should be the position, right? So I want to update also, that is our position. I copy it, now that will be as a position, and also that will be that name. I copy it, now that will be our name. That's all you have to do. I hope every part is very clear to you. Now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go to that our font int, and now to refresh it, now that should be display 5. Yes, you can see very interactively is now display our message, images, name, and also the position. And now our this part is totally dynamic, and that is all the data now comes from to this our backend, right? There is a Priya Sharma as a product manager. Images actually this one here. If you go, they can see there is a Priya Sharma product manager, images and message. Everything is successfully displayed. Now this part is totally dynamic, and also that is very responsive. Here if you go, our theme is responsive, so you can see that is actually our one, and one by one that will be display our rest of all. Great. How to do this work, how can make these things dynamic? I hope, friend, the concept is very clear to you. It's very easy one of the process. If you actually understand this part, now multiple time I will recap the same things, because here now that should be all that part. Now one by one I want to make it as dynamic. So now our review is totally dynamic. Now in our next video I want to start to work for our, that is the slider part, and into the slider part here we don't need to insert any data, only here we have to specific one of the data we have to actually update. How can make this part as a dynamic? From to the next video, step by step I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.